What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have another in our How to Build series. We are looking at the new rock mineral deck, the Pyramidimon deck that we're going to see in EX8 Chain of Liberation, which is literally just a week, almost a week away before we see these cards hit the field. So we're really excited for EX8, especially for this new variant of black deck, this new rock mineral deck. We haven't seen a lot of these kind of decks. It's changing the way black does things, and I'm super excited about it. It's something, if you haven't seen the deck excitement list, we did it on January 1st. Go see it. We're talking about the decks we're excited for. This is one of them, so we knew we had to do a how to build on this deck, and we're just excited to talk about the cards and what we're excited and how we think the build for this deck is going to go. But as always, tell us what you guys think. Let us know in the comments, and we want to hear what your thoughts on this deck are. But we're going to get into it here. We're going to talk about it. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. And let's start 2025 off right with an exciting new deck for the Digimon TCG. So we're going to get into it here. This is, of course, like I said, the Pyramidimon deck. We saw this in Liberator, the webcomic. You can see those videos on the channel as well. We'll start off talking about Tumblemon, the Digi-Egg. It has its inherited effect. When a card is trashed from the dissolution cards of a Digimon with rock or mineral trait, gain 1 memory. So this deck is all about trashing all your sources and then reattaching them so you can do it again. The cool thing is it's not by your own effects, it's just when this card is trashed. So if your opponent's playing a blue deck and they're stripping your sources, they're giving you memory, they're giving you effects. That's really awesome. It punishes blue decks for doing what it wants to do, which is a really cool thing for black to try and do. So Tumblemon's going to be your main egg here in EX8, the new Tumblemon. Your main rookie is going to be Sunrizamon. He is the main Digimon of the new Tamer Close from Liberator. So his ability is going to be on play, reveal top 3, add 1 card with mineral/rock, whatever trait, and 1 card with the Liberator trait among them to hand, and return the rest to the bottom. And then as a rule, he has the mineral type as well as having, reptile. So he is default a mineral, even though he's a reptile. So that's cool. And then his inheritables, when this card is trashed, for the dissolution cards of a Digimon with mineral/rock trait, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 4 or less. So yeah, he's good because he can just hit level 3 floodgates, which is always really good. So that's what he does. So you have him as your main searcher. Now there's other Sunrizamons in the game. The only one I could think about that you could potentially play is this guy. Unfortunately, he is only a reptile. He doesn't have the addition of the minerals, so he's not searchable. He's the promo one that used to be so good. Everyone wanted him. He has the inheritable security for a black Digimon that has 13,000 DP, and this deck does have a way to gain DP. So this could be a live card if you attach it and then don't detach it. As well as if you play this card with a scramble or something, all your black Digimon with 13,000 or more gain piercing. So that's all. So that's also a really good ability. Not necessarily you're going to play this one, but it is potential. People might think about it as a potential option. Like I said, it's not a rock or mineral, so that's the drawback on it. The other cool thing about the searcher guy is that because he searches out a rock/mineral card as well as a Liberator card, you have a lot of targets. So he's a Liberator card. Landramon is a Liberator card. Programomon is. Pyramidimon is. Your option is a Liberator card and close. So you can have any kind of combination of 2 of your monsters or 1 of your monsters and a option, or 1 of your monsters and a tamer. So lots of options so that you can hit 2 targets off that Sunrizamon search. So that's really, really cool. Another guy I thought for the deck for level 3s is Gotsumon. He's your favorite rock guy from the original series. There's tons of Gotsumons in the game. They're all rock, so you don't have to worry about that. We have the new Gotsumon, the X8 guy, who has an on-deletion by trashing 1 card with rock or mineral trait in your hand, draw 2, which is actually cool. So you can put him on the board and just swing with him, potentially for checks, and then try and draw into your stuff. So that's an option too. I don't remember if this guy has the Nature Spirits trait, but I know the guy from EX7 does have the NSP. But I don't think this guy has the NSP trait. He has inheritable blocker, so that's something too. There's a couple other Gotsumons here. I thought about the Nature Spirits guy. He's got blocker and then inheritable reboot, which is not bad. So, I mean, that's something to think about too. Just the inheritable reboot is a decent ability. Of course, Gotsumon X-Antibody came up. It came up in the Liberator comic as a cool way to activate your close. Just being able to Digivolve on your Gotsumon for free when you have 0 memory to activate your closes to reattach stuff to your Pyramidimon could be the difference between winning or losing the game. So I thought that was a cool thing. Plus, it has blocker, and then it has all its other abilities. This Digimon, this Digimon can attack if it doesn't have Gotsumon, whatever. Opponent's turn once per turn. When an attack target is switched, you may unsuspend one of your Digimon with blocker. It's kind of cool. And then all turns, all of your Digimon with blocker get plus 1,000. So that's a way to modify the DP there just by having him on the board. You have the Gotsumon from BT13. I honestly didn't remember this guy, but he didn't seem too bad. He had blocker as well as on deletion. If it's your opponent's turn, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add 1 black card among them to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of the deck in a order. So, I mean, that's just a black card. So that's actually really cool. So that is kind of a searcher in his own right. So that's not a bad, honestly, to me, that's not a bad option. And all these guys, you can play off Scramble and stuff like that. So that's really cool. And then we did look at this Gotsumon because this Gotsumon is your players can't play Digimon by effects, and he's a rock. And because if you have the Gotsumon on X-Antibody, you can potentially Digivolve on top of the Gotsumon and then go into a level 4 Landramon. And so it's just kind of funny like that. You can do plays with this potentially as well as stun your opponent. So my thoughts are like, hey, well, it's a rock, and you can search it. Might as well throw it in there, right? You might have 2 copies of that. That might be a decent idea. We don't have a lot of Sunrizamon support yet, so I think eventually there'll probably be more Sunrizamon based, or if we get other types of rock Digimon. But this is actually a pretty solid option. You're going to play 4 of this guy. You might play some other Gotsumons, but you could play 2 of that guy as well. So, I mean, I haven't really seen any other rock stuff, base stuff that it's really kind of inspired me. So I'm not sure what else we're playing for low base. I mean, there could be other things. There's things like I didn't even think about it, but there's things like Dorumon that you could. I don't know. Dorumon's only from hand though when it gets attached, so I don't think you get his ability from the trash. So I don't think Dorumon's necessarily good, but there's probably other options I haven't even thought of. And hey, if you thought of other good level 3s for this lineup, let me know, because right now I'm just kind of like, what other level 3s can we do? Because I'm not really digging the other Sunrizamon. I am digging some of the Gotsumons though. Honestly, they just being able to Gotsumon X-Antibody seems like a decent thing to start drawing. Of course, the level 4s, you're looking at your Landramons, and luckily we got a promo Landramon. So I think we're pretty solid our level 4s because you're going to be playing the EX8 Landramon that lets you, if you have 1 or fewer, play 1 close. So you can play up to 2 closes with this, which is really great. It also has the ability, when it's trashed from the Digillusion cards of a rock mineral guy, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 4 or less. So again, removing those smaller size Digimon. And then the other Landramon here, the one from the new promo tournament kit, which is coming out at the same time, so you'll be able to get this if you go to any tournaments or just look online to buy the cards, he's going to be starting your main phase when Digivolving by trashing 1 mineral or rock trait from any of your Digimon's Digillusion cards. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 mineral rock trait card to the hand and place 1 such card as the bottom Digillusion card. Return the rest to the top or bottom of the deck. It's really cool because if your opponent De-Digivolves you and you put a Pyramidimon down at the bottom, you can potentially just De-Digivolve into a Pyramidimon, which is actually pretty funny. They did it in the web comic, so that's actually kind of cool. And then when it affects, and then his inheritable, when it affects trash, this card from the Digillusion cards of Rock Metal Trait, De-Digivolve one of your post Digimon So De-Digivolve is actually super good. So it's even better. So this is the guy you want in the stack because De-Digivolve is so much better than just popping a level 4. And then, of course, the Tumblemon giving you memory is just really, really good. Plus, if you can add multiple Tumblemons, that's actually pretty good too. So the De-Digivolve on the Landramon, super important. I'm glad we really got this card because it's really going to make the deck. And just the fact that you start your main and when Digivolving, you can Digivolve in the back, push this up, and just cycle stuff. So it's really, really good. Gogmamon, we got a new Gogmamon in EX8, which is probably also going to be decent for the deck because we only have the one Ganomon, which is the main, going to be your main level 5 that we'll talk about in a second. On deletion, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 card with Rock Mineral Trait at play cost of 5 or less among them without playing the cost. Trash the rest. This is going to help you get like a higher, you can play like a Landramon, which is really, really good. Like I said, just be able to play that, that guy and then go into your level 5, level 6, and then, use the closest to add sources is going to be super good to help you get up there fast after your initial stack has been broken. So at that point, you're not super worried about, having the best level 3 lineup when you can go level 4, level 5. So, that's going to help too. So I definitely think that the Gogmamon's probably going to be at least a 3 or a 4 of. And then trash the rest. You put stuff in the trash. So that's good. And then opponent's turn, inheritable. When one of your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may change the attack target to this Digimon. So redirection is always good, especially in black decks where things are big. Pro Ganomon, he's going to be the guy that has collision. He has piercing. He has fragment, which is the new keyword, which is when this Digimon would be deleted by trashing any 3 Digillusion cards. It isn't deleted. So protection, and then allowing you to set off those abilities from your inheritables. When this card is trashed from the Digillusion cards of a Digimon with the mineral or rock trait, De-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. So that's good too. So you're probably going to be playing 4 of this guy. You might only be playing three of this guy. You're probably going to be playing 4 of each of the Landramons. If you're not playing something else. We also had this level 4 Golemon I looked at. He's got on play, on deletion, De-Digivolve, which is a decent ability, and inheritable blocker. So it's not a bad, if you need a couple more level 4s, not a bad option. And of course it is going to be a rock or a mineral trait guy for EX8. Of course, and we get to our level 6s. We have Boncho Golemon. He's got blocker all while your opponent has a Digimon with 13,000 DP or more. This Digimon gets plus 5,000. On deletion, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and you may play 1 rock mineral trait Digimon card with a play cost of 8 or less among them without paying the cost. Trash the rest. So this is good too because this guy lets you play your level 5s. So, you get into this guy, you don't have your Pyramidimon yet, you're still drawing into stuff, and then he kind of sets you back up with a level 5 to go into the Pyramidimon. So I think probably this is going to be a backup level 6. Maybe you might see a couple copies in the deck. You're going to focus on the Pyramidimon, but this guy might be a decent backup just because if he dies, he sets you up to go into more plays. So that's not bad. And then, of course, the boss monster himself, Pyramidimon, 12,000 DP, Fragment 3 again. For protection when Digivolving, when attacking by trashing any 3 Digillusion cards with the Rock Mineral trait, your Digimon from your Digimon, this Digimon unsuspends and gains security attack +1, security attack +1, and then end of your turn, once per turn, you may place up to 3 cards of the Rock Mineral trait from your trash as the bottom Digillusion cards. So this guy sets you up for protection at the end of every turn. So that's awesome. So that's really good. So the cool thing too is you say you like have a Programmon with 3 sources because you went up the stack and you just attack with that, and then it dies to security. Just say it like dies to like a 12,000, and then you protect it with the thing. Go into Pyramidimon and maintain turn because maybe you gain some memory and stuff like that from trashing stuff. Pyramidimon, then the close can activate, which we'll talk about, which adds sources. It can use its when Digivolving to unsuspend, gain security attack +1, and then when attacking, it can do that again once you've added stuff back to it, which can be really, really good. And then that's the cool thing is then you can attack with security at 3 checks and unsuspend. And then you can attack at least once more. So that is nuts. That is nuts. And then end of your turn, put the 3 sources back on for protection against your opponent. That is nuts. I love this guy. I think he's going to be super good. There's going to be super cool combos with this. And part of it is because of the close. And that is the memory setter for your deck. So you always have 3 memory. 4 cost, but you can play it for free with the Landramon, so it's super good. We have a way to play it for free. Your turn, when any of your Digimon Digivolve into a Mineral Rock trait Digimon by suspending this tamer, place up to 2 cards with the Mineral Rock trait from your trash as that Digimon's bomb Digillusion cards. Security effect, you can play this card without the cost, whatever. But, so like, that's the cool thing. If Programmon ditches his 3 sources, like he checks 1, ditches his sources to survive. You Digivolve into Pyramidimon, you have 1 source. She lets you add 2 sources. If you have a couple copies of her on the board, you can add 4 sources right then and there, which is really, really cool. And then you can trash 3 for his ability, so you can check 2 and unsuspend, and it, and then you can still just attack twice, even if you don't use his when attacking ability to strip 3 more. You still get that security attack +1 for the turn, so that's still like. That's an automatic 5 checks in 1 turn. That's literally an automatic 5 checks. And if, say, you had... Oh, gosh, I don't even know. I think, say you attack with the Programmon and you don't strip your sources. You have all those 3 sources, and then you go into Pyramidimon, manage to, maintain turn. You can pretty much OTK because you can, all you need is 1 close on the board, because then you have 4 sources, 6 sources with the close, because you can just attack, unsuspend, and then attack for game. So it's really, really good. Of course, we have the promo close that we're getting, which is going to give you a memory at the start of your turn. So if you have a combination of those 2, it's really good. And the alternates, when it affects trash Digillusion cards of any of your rock Mineral trait Digimon by suspending this tamer, place 1 card as the bomb Digillusion card. So that just even more ways. So basically, with each of those, you can get an automatic 3 just based off of, different abilities. So that's kind of cool. The cool thing is that we need more cards like Tumblemon that gain memory, because like you basically need a couple Tumblemons in the trash, because he's the only one that gains you memory. So that's one thing about the deck. I think we're going to probably be playing lots of memory cards or reduced Digillusion cost cards. Like I think we're going to be playing trainings. We're probably going to maybe playing some scrambles, maybe playing some mem boosts. In this deck, it's definitely black decks usually love all the searchable memory gain cards. So we're going to be playing a wide variety of that, I think, in this deck, depending on the different cards. And then the last card we're going to talk about is Zophyr Caboose, which is a 2-cost option. By trashing any one Digillusion card of one of your Digimon with the Mineral Rock trait until the end of your post turn, that Digimon gains Collision, Piercing, and Reboot, which is really cool. And your opponent's effects can't return it to the hands or deck. So that's really good. Just other than, cards that put it on security or just general destruction, which Fragment can stop too. And then De-Digivolving too. Like you can put Pyramidimons, like I said, you can put Pyramidimons in the stack so that your opponent De-Digivolves you into a Pyramidimon, which is actually really cool. And it gets plus 3,000 DP, which is also really, really cool. I really like that. That's where you get that plus 3,000 DP, where I said the Sunrizamon might be helpful, but plus 3,000, so he's attacking for 1,500 on a good turn. It's really good. And then security, the security effect of it is delete one of your post Digimon with the lowest play cost. It's not bad. It deals with something in security. I think we're going to be playing lots of this, at least 3, probably 4 but at least 3 I'm thinking. So that's just my theory with the deck here. Lots of cards, like I said, there's a lot of other cards we can play, but the fact is with the promo cards from the tournament kit, we're getting a lot of support for this deck. We're going to have 2 Closes, 2 Landromons, which are super important. I just wish we had another Sunrizamon, kind of like maybe like the Sun, you know, like the 1-cost Digivolution, like Shumon and Impmon and all of them. They all have like their little 1-cost Digivolution. Like we're probably going to get a Sunrizamon that Digivolves for for reduced cost of 1. So I mean, we'll probably see that in the future. But yeah, no, I'm definitely really excited about this deck. I think it's really cool. I don't know what other cards right now you could play in this deck. I'm really kind of just spitballing with the rock and mineral stuff. But like I said, other than you're going to be playing, a lot of those black searchable cards, scrambles, memory boost, stuff like that. I'm not really sure like if you're going to play any other tamers. I don't think you play the Uko package. I just don't see that being beneficial. Maybe, but I definitely think this is going to be kind of more of a kind of tribal build. But tell me if you guys think otherwise. But I'm really excited for this deck. I mean, maybe there's other stuff that you're going to want to attach, potentially, if there's other cool rock mineral cards that you're going to want to attach as bottom detached targets. The cool thing about like the Landromon here is that he returns cards to the top or the bottom of the deck. And then there's, what's that other card here? There's one card that trashes, I think, there's the one card that trashes cards. Both of these guys trash the rest of the cards that they reveal. So they put stuff in there so you have sources to add with. So that's cool. That's why I like these guys as potential hits in the deck. But let me know your guys' thoughts about this deck. Let me know what other cards you think I missed. As always, we try to do our best with our How to Build series, but I think this is a really exciting deck, and just having the being able to hypothesize what good cards would be in this deck is really exciting, because there's not a lot of where to go. It's brand new, and there's not a lot, like you can't take a whole bunch of old support. You don't know how old support is really going to react with it. That's why we looked at things like the Gotsumon X-Antibody, and the Sunrizamon. Just kind of looked at it and, well, nah, that's kind of not. But this could be good. This could be good. We've seen it be good in the Liberator comic, which, like I said, late game, activating close to attach stuff to set your Pyramidimon to be able to use when attacking. Super good. Super good. So I think that's really, really cool, and I cannot wait for what kind of stuff the new format brings with this deck. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.